Hey there, welcome to fourth learning objective of second chapter, the recording process. And one thing before proceeding to the lecture, I want to appreciate those candidates who have done the all access related exercises of first chapter, and I am very happy to see your progressive drag towards the course and hope we will succeed. Anyway, come back to the topic. So this is the last learning objective of second chapter, in which we will learn about how to prepare a trial balance. So before proceeding to the preparation, we must have to build our foundation, and we must have to understand what trial balance is it and what are the limitations and other things. So a trial balance is a list of accounts in this we will provide the list of all accounts and their balances that we have find in general ledger, because these topics are interrelated at a given time. So in accounting period, customarily companies prepare a trial balance at the end of an accounting period, or it can be either monthly basis, quarterly basis, semester wise, or annually. So it depends upon the company and it varies company to company. They lists accounts in order in which they appear in the ledger. So as they are appeared in general ledger, similarly we will provide here in that order. So in this, debit balances appear in the left column and credit balances appear in the right column, as we have learned in the rules of debit and credit. Similarly, the same rule is followed in this. So the second thing that we have to understand in trial balance, so trial balance proves the mathematically equality of debits and credits after posting. So it will provide us proves the mathematically equality of debits and credits after posting. When we will make the trial balance, so we will know the equality of debits and credits. And in third point, that it shows a trial balance may uncovers the errors in journalizing and posting. So it uncovers the errors that we have made in journalizing or posting processes. The fourth thing that we have to understand, in addition, a trial balance is a useful in a preparation of financial statements. It also helps us in making the financial statements, because we will find all types of data which is needed in preparing the financial statements. Before proceeding to the illustration, we must know the steps that are followed in preparation of trial balance. So these are the steps for the preparing a trial balance. So for steps for preparing trial balances are, first step is list the accounts titles, and we will list the all accounts that are used in generalizing general ledger. So we will provide here all the account titles and their balances is in the appropriate debit or credit column. So here we will then first of all we will provide the account titles, then we will provide their balances by following the debit and credit rules in this. Second step, total the debit and total the credit columns. So we will at the end we will total the debits and credits, and we will finally prove the equality of two columns. If they are equal, that means the trial balance is okay. So in illustration 2.31 shows the trial balance prepared for the Pioneer Advertising's ledger. So which we have done in previous lecture, we did the all posting transactions from journal to general ledger. Now we will prepare the trial balance. So one thing that we have to must understand, Note that the total debits must equal to the total credits. It is the initial point of trial balance. Then the trial balance will be called as complete. So this is the demonstration illustration 2.30. First, so in this we have taken the trial balance of Pioneer Advertising Company, which we have taken as an example in this chapter, second chapter especially. So first of all, since we will provide here at the top the company name, and then we will write the trial balance, and then we will provide the accounting period, like here given the October 31st 2017. So it is monthly trial balance of the company Pioneer Advertising. So first of all, here we are mentioning the cash, supplies, prepaid insurance and equipment. So these accounts are, these are the assets. So if the assets increase, they are recorded on debit side. That's why the cash is 15,200, supplies are 2,500 and prepaid insurance was 600 as we did in general ledger, and equipment was 5,000. So these was asset accounts, and now these are accounts and notes payable, accounts payable, and also unearned revenue. These are the liabilities of company, so they will be recorded on credit side. So notes payable are 5,000 and account payable is 2,500 and unearned revenue is 1,200. So this is owner's capital and this is owner's drawing. So if the owner's capital increased, it is recorded on credit side, and this is the drawing. If drawing increases, it is recorded on debit side, and this is the service revenue which we have earned in accounting period, which is 10,000 as we did in general ledger. So similarly, these are the expenses, salary expenses and rent expenses. So if the expenses increases, they will be recorded on debit side. So this is the salaries and wages expenses 4,000 and rent expenses is 9,000 as we did in previous general ledger. So at the end we will plus all debit amount, which will become as $28,700. When we will have mentioned all accounts and followed the rules of debit and credit, then we will plus the all amount. So similarly we will plus the credit amount. If they are equal, then it means the balance sheet is okay. So we have did here, if you do the calculation through using the calculator, scientific calculator mostly used, or financial calculator in these calculations. So at initial level we will follow the scientific calculator. So this is the sum of credit amount and this is the sum of debit amount, and these are both equal. The trial balance is equal and it is okay. So let's proceed further. What are the limitations of the trial balance that we must follow? So these are the some limitations of the trial balance. Trial balance may balance even when a transaction is not generalized. If we have not generalized the transaction, so in this case the trial balance will be balanced. In second, a correct journal entry is not posted. If we have not posted the entry in journal ledger, if we have mistake in the initial level, it will not be. If it is not posted, so it will be the trial balance. And when a journal entry is posted twice, if we have posted the general entry twice, also it shows the balance in trial balance. Fourth, an incorrect accounts are used in generalizing or posting. If we have used the incorrect accounts in general ledger or general journal or general ledger, so in this case it also shows the balance in trial balance. Offsetting errors are made in recording the amount of the transaction. It means that as long as equal debits or credits are posted, even in the wrong amount, the total debits will equal to the total credit. So when these conditions occur, they will show the balance in trial balance. So we have to avoid these things in at the initial level when we are preparing the general journal. So these are the limitations that we have to remove. So what we have to do if our trial balance does not balance? So let's learn about it. So we have learned some limitations that are occur in the trial balance. So how we can avoid these errors if occur? So some things that we have to keep in mind if we face these types of errors. Locating errors. Now errors in a trial balance generally result from the mathematically mistake if we have did the mathematically error in general journal or general ledger. So or we have made the incorrect posting or simply transcribing data incorrectly. So these are the errors that we do. So
What do you do?
if you are faced with a trial balance and that does not balance, so what we will have to do if we find these types of error? So first determine the amount of the differences between the two columns. So when the trial balance that does not balance, so first we will determine the amount difference between two columns, that how much difference is between debit and credit. After this amount is known, when we find out the difference between debits and credits, so there are certain steps that are very useful to find out these types of errors. If we know the difference between debit and credit, then first step, if the error is about $1, $10 or $100 or $1000, so re-add the trial balance column. So we will re-add the columns and recompute the amount balances. So this is the first step. If the difference is $1, $10, $100 or $1000, so we will re-add the trial balance columns and recompute the amount balances. So this is one step to follow the error, and this is the second step. If the error is divisible by 2, so in this case we scan the trial balance to see whether a balance equal to the half to the error. If it is the equal to the half, the error has been entered the wrong column. So it means we have entered the wrong column in trial balance. In third step, if a error is divisible by 9, so retrace, in this case we will retrace the amount balances on trial balance and see whether they are incorrectly copied from the ledger. So in this case we will see whether they are incorrectly copied from ledger. So for example, if a balance was $12 and it was listed as $21, so a $9 error has made. Reversing the order of the numbers is called as transposition error. So in transposition error we will divide by 9, so it will help us to find out the error. And fourth is, if the error is not divisible by 2 nor 9, so in this case we scan the ledger to see whether an amount balance in the amount of the error has made omitted from the trial balance, and scan the journal to see whether the posting of that amount has been omitted. So these are the four steps that we will follow to find out the error, that where the error is located. So hope these will be beneficial for you guys. One thing that we have to understand, these are small things but these are very necessary in accounting especially. Now at the basic level we understand these things. So first of all, dollar signs and underlining, where we have to mention the dollar sign and where we have to not mention, and where we underline one and where we double underline. So let's learn about these things. So dollar signs, so in dollar signs we do not appear in a journal or general ledger, so we will need not to mention the dollar signs before the amount. So it is the omission of using dollar sign, and typically use only in the trial balance and financial statement, because we can easily understand that it is in dollar sign or rupees countries currency sign. So that's why we will provide the dollar sign in trial balance and financial statement, and shown only for the first item in the column for the total of the column. When we will mention the data in column, so we will just provide the dollar sign at the first with the first amount of that transaction, or that then we will just only put the amounts. Now these were the some limitations where we have to use the dollar sign and where we will not use the dollar sign. So now underlining, where we have to first a single underline and where we will give the double underlining. So a single underlining is placed under the column of the figure to be added or subtracted. When we will subtract or add any amount, we will provide the single underline, and when we will the total or double underline, when we will sum up all the data, then we will provide the double underline. Now let's demonstration these underlining to make your concept more clear. So here if we add or subtract, we will provide single underline. At the end, when we sum up all amount, we will provide double underline like this. So this was the all about this fourth learning objective, and now this is the activity action plan involved in fourth learning objective, in which we have to prepare the trial balance for our understanding. So the following accounts come from the ledger of Sinogo company. So it is the accounts of Sinogo company at the December 31st 2017. So these are the different accounts and provide. So we will prepare here and we will demonstrate for you guys, and there are also provided related problem. So we have to prepare a trial balance in a good form. We will prepare the trial balance from using this data. So this is the standard format for making the trial balance. Here we will provide the company's name like Sinogo company, and we will mention the trial balance, and here we will provide date, which is December 31st 2007. So here we will provide debit and credit columns. We have followed the single and double underlining method also. So first account cash, we will provide the cash, which is 7,000, and the second account is account receivable 4,000, it will be debited. And prepaid insurance, as we learned, these assets are debited, and this is the equipment $88,000. Let's see here, one thing I noticed that we have provided at the with first amount dollar sign, as I want to make your concept clear through demonstrating. So because this course is totally practical based, we will learn practically. Hope after completing this course you will be able to work in market, and it will be our achievement. So anyway, we have entered the equipment account. This is the accounts payable. it will be credited, and first was notes payable and second is account payable. These accounts will be credited because these are the liabilities. And similarly, salaries and wages payable will be credited. Owner's capital, if increases, will be recorded on credit side. Owner's drawing increased, it will be debited at 1000. And this is service revenue, it is increased, it is recorded on credit side, which is $95,000. And these are the utility expenses, and these are the salaries and wages expenses of particular month December. So at the end we will see the equality of debits and credits. So these are, both sides are equal, that's why we did the trial balance and it is okay, both sides are equal. So this was all about the last learning objective of second chapter, the recording process. We have completely did the 2 chapters. First chapter was accounting in action and second chapter the recording process. So the next chapter is adjusting the accounts. We will learn about the adjustment of accounts. So stay connected with Active Finance YouTube channel, and if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do subscribe and click on the bell icon for getting latest uploads. Keep learning and keep doing the exercises. We'll meet in third chapter. Thank you. Take care.